Yeah, I'm still surprised as many of you guys, but by now, I think the news has settled in. Jermell Charlo will be facing Canelo Alvarez this upcoming September. Jermell Charlo, for years, if you've been paying attention, and I don't think people really been paying it attention, or at the very least taking it serious. He's always stated that he wanted to fight Canelo. He always stated that he could beat Canelo, etc., etc., etc.
Canelo time. Canelo time.
I could beat Canelo.
I could beat Canelo.
Canelo fight undisputed. Tag Eddie Hearn. Undisputed versus undisputed. Fuck it. I'm 150. I gained a little weight. Canelo.
Canelo.
Not Eli and Kobe. Canelo. Like, nigga, don't fuck with me, nigga. Like, for real. Let me show y'all what it is. Why y'all don't make Canelo versus Charlo? I'm ready to fight Canelo at any given time. Yeah. Even though I'm undisputed and got mandatories all over the place, I'll fight Canelo just so they could shut that shit up.
And the more I think about it, Jermell Charlo, despite the criticism that some may have of him, he's a true warrior. He's a true warrior, right? Fought the best guys in his weight class, proved himself to be the best in the weight class, had a few, rocky moments, but he always cleaned it up in the end, right? He always cleaned it up in the end. Whenever he had a rematch, whether it was a draw or a loss or whatever, he always sealed the deal in the end, right? Jermell Charlo has a good chance to beat Canelo, especially this version of Canelo that we've been seeing lately. Jermell Charlo can move up in weight, and he's still healthy, he's still strong. I think he could beat Canelo Alvarez. Yes, that's right. Canelo Alvarez really just hasn't been looking great, right? And I think Jermell Charlo going into that fight would be the faster fighter. And it's a fight that's really motivating, right? We're going to see. I'm looking forward to seeing the energy of Jermell Charlo going into this fight. Will he be caught into the moment like so many other guys where they just in there and it is this super big fight and then it's Canelo Alvarez on the other side of the ring from him, and then they're not really putting out like they normally put out, right? Because of the mystique, the aura of Canelo Alvarez. But this is a big fight, man. Big fight, surprisingly to many. Now, we'll wait and the size be a problem for Jermell Charlo, right? We see the new photos of him, and he's looking pretty big. We hearing things that he walks around anywhere from 180, 190 pounds. So him being undersized will be an understatement. He will be, I think they'll be close to the same size. Jermell Charlo is a guy who's really disciplined. He's always in shape. He has an athletic build, a lean athletic build, so he should be able to really fight comfortably at 168 pounds. I can't wait to see this fight, man. This has been a great year for the sport of boxing. One thing also I didn't know Jermell Charlo got dropped before. I didn't know that he got dropped before. And
round 3, when you went down, what happened there? Was it a slip where your feet tangled up?
Yeah, actually, I threw a punch. I missed with that shot. Then he came back and countered with the right hand, which I was already off balance when I missed the shot. Then he hit me, floored me. That's what happens. And the first time in my career, first time in my life actually ever going down. So, it was a solid shot. That's all I can say.
Listening to him back then a long time ago, right? I think this was back in 2014. He owned up to it. Like, look, man, he just called me. Like, dude said, did you trip over his foot? And I was like, man, he just called me with a good shot. This happens. This is before the fame and everything else, before the Lions only and the bleached hair and all that, So Jermell Charlo, man, I think he could really beat Canelo Alvarez. I recommend a particular game plan because Canelo Alvarez has a shit ton of experience. There's a lot of different things that Canelo's seen in the ring, and not too many things that he hasn't seen in the ring. So Jermell Charlo, if he goes back to the boxing Jermell Charlo and mix up some of the newfound Derrick James style that he's been employing over the years, I think he can really go out there and beat Canelo Alvarez. Crazy, right? We didn't see this fight coming. This is not a fight we asked for. It just kind of came out of nowhere and landed right on our laps, and now we got to deal with it, right? So yeah, it's one of those things, man. It traditionally doesn't end well for guys that move up 2 weight classes to fight these guys, right? But in this particular case, both guys are originally from the same weight class. Both guys are likely the same size. Maybe Jermell is actually a little bit bigger. He's just able to cut his body weight, right? Cut that weight better than Canelo Alvarez can. So, yeah, man, I think this is a really good fight. This is a huge, huge opportunity for Jermell Charlo. Now, the WBO, by the way, is still trying to decide what they want to do with him, right? They may intervene in this fight, and then it won't necessarily be undisputed versus undisputed anymore if they decide to strip Jermell Charlo of his WBO title and give it to Tim Tszyu, right? Because, you know, Tim Tszyu, as we know, been waiting to face Jermell Charlo all year. He's fought 2 times now and still no sign of Jermell Charlo. Well, Jermell Charlo is fighting Canelo. So, yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at Jermell Charlo, Tim, right? I mean, I understand that you've been waiting patiently, but, I mean, really, opportunities like this don't come too often. And I'm not mad at Jermell Charlo for taking this fight, right? Despite him may not possibly be coming back down to 154 after this. He might not come back down. So, yeah, man, we gonna see how it plays out, man. We're gonna continue to talk about it. I may decide to do a fan's perspective of this, depending on how many people got Canelo winning, depending on how many people got Charlo winning, and we can get some debates going. But yeah, you guys, great fight. We're gonna see if his size will hinder Jermell Charlo, or will he be a fresher version of himself fighting at 168 pounds against Canelo Alvarez. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.